Hi YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Hat Medium, and welcome back. And if you're coming across this video for the first time, then let me introduce myself. I am Danielle, as I said. I'm an evidential medium who supports and develops mediums to learn the very best from their mediumship development to allow you to be the best evidential medium you can be. Welcome back to the subscribers, and thank you very much for your patience while I was off last week. So this week of a viewer's question, and also, excuse me, I've got a bit of an itchy nose there. And off the back of a viewer's question, also student's question, we're going to talk a little bit about lost souls and soul rescue. Now, I'm going to put this right out here at the beginning because it's maybe going to trigger a couple of people, and that's not my intention. It's only but to give you the science and understand the logistics of what it is that I'm talking about. So, without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit about lost souls and soul rescue. And if you know about these things or these things resonate with you, leave some answers in the comments and we'll take it from there. And I'll endeavour to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So, what are lost souls? There is no such thing as lost souls. The idea and concept of lost souls and soul rescue is something that has been moving through mediumship now for many years. And it's a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of intelligence and understanding of how things actually really work. The subject topic sometimes will say that certain souls are in hospital beds in the spirit world, or that they're not with the right people in the spirit world. And a lot of this is quite frightening for the general public, but also for the individuals who are maybe taking readings and mediums who say these things. And I have had a situation like this many years ago, which where I had a phone call and it absolutely frightened the living daylights out of a said individual where they had been for a reading. So I know that these things can be serious, they can be very serious, and also misinformation and information that's put out there like this can be damaging not only for the clients but also for the spirit world. So let's get into what it actually means. Lost souls, there is, as I say, no such thing as lost souls. Every soul is connected to the other side. So whether they pass quickly, whether they pass tragically, or whether they pass just in the normal ways in which lots of us pass, no soul does not return to the spirit world. Every soul is connected to the other side, and when we are called back, we all go back to the spirit world. There is no sort of bump in the road or the transition or anything such like. The intelligence has been working for many, many years, millions of years actually, and this idea that humans seem to need to get involved in the intelligence of something that is personal to not only us as souls, but also with us going back to home, is, in my opinion, ego driven. It's ego driven because humans think that they know better than the spirit world. They seem to have the logistics and understanding of what how things actually go on versus how the spirit world really do it. And it's something that, as many of you know and have watched me for many years on the channel, be more interested in doing mediumship from a spiritual perspective rather than from a human perspective, because what humans think versus what the spirit world thinks is two very different things. And this is the same. The idea that souls need rescuing or need to sort of need some assistance from the human world again is a dud idea. It's an idea that's been built by a human that seems to think that it knows better than the intelligence, or that it seems to think that the spirit world needs that humans insert into something that science and the evidential world and also the mediumistic world and the spiritual intelligence has mastered for thousands of millions of years. It's this idea is such a old concept. I'm surprised we're still talking about it to this day, but here we are. There is no need for a medium or anybody else to be getting involved in the idea that we need help moving from the spirit world back to the human world or the human world back to the spiritual world. It's just a really not a it's I have to laugh and I shouldn't laugh, but it blows my mind. I've got to be honest that I had to have this conversation with a student who had been watching something somewhere, and then I had a viewer talk about the self same thing. It's such a it's absurd, if I'm real honest with you. It just absolutely blows my brains. I've got to be honest that we think that we should be getting involved in spiritual matters. There is no hospitals in the spirit world either, by the way. No soul needs fixing. There's nothing wrong with the soul. Every soul within you is perfect. The only problem that may be occurring is the human aspects of you that needs constant learning, adjusting, and growing. That the soul itself within you is perfect. The spirit world have manufactured and worked that bit very, very well to the point that there is no need for you to, as the soul, sort of need like sort of cleaning or healing or fixing or whatever it may be. Again, human interference. Humans that seem to think that, the idea is very much of the same as if the human world. That's just not the case at all, unfortunately. And it seems as though we still have to talk about these things to try and educate the next generation that there is no need for us to get involved in these particular avenues because the spirit world's already got that covered. They already know that the soul's perfect. They already know the transition and how souls move from the spirit world to the human world to the spirit world. There's no need for the human involvement. As I've said, the reasons that these things go on is unfortunately human ego, human that seems to think it knows better than the spiritual world, and a human that seems to think that it needs to insert itself in spiritual business. And one of the things I've learned over many, many years of working for spirit is don't get involved in spiritual matters. It's not your place to get involved. Your job as the medium is to deliver either your healing to the human world or to do your communications or your trance work, whatever it is that your purpose is for the spirit world. It is not our purpose to rescue souls or heal souls or anything like that because there is no need for them types of things because the spirit world knows that the soul's perfect in each and every way. So, with the greatest of respect, and not to trigger people, but it needs to be talked about yet again. Do lost souls need support from the human world? No. Is there hospitals in the spirit world? No. Is there a need for us to, help souls go to the other side? No, because the science and the intelligence has already got all of that sussed out. It's not for us to understand. Do we need to go and rescue souls from, wherever or in somebody's house or need a house cleansing or anything like that? No. Do you need to clean your aurical field and your third eye and your chakra system? No. If you're looking after the mind, you won't need to do them things because the mind runs all of the natural body anyway. So the clearer the mind, the better the mind, the more the aurical field and the chakra system will work perfectly well. It doesn't need cleaning, it doesn't need fixing, it doesn't need none of them things. If you're looking after your mind, you're looking after your thoughts, and you're looking after, what you're pushing out there is an intent. So unfortunately, with the greatest of respect, the answer in short to all these questions is no. And the reason for this is because the science and the intelligence already knows where each and every soul is. It knows exactly what each and every soul is doing, and it knows the progression in which that soul is, or progression and journey of each and every soul that is working or belongs to the spirit world. And that does include just us. That includes all of the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and everything else, because they all have a soul, because they all have a small amount of intelligence, and they have intelligence for various reasons. And it's unfortunate that I have to talk about these things again. But I also want to try and educate people to the best of my ability. So let me know if you know people who do soul rescue or tell you that people are in hospital beds in the spirit world. Let me know how this one resonates for you. Thank you very much for the viewer's question. Also, thank you very much to my student for this one as well. It's one that I think constantly needs to be repeated in order so that many people understand exactly what it is that's really going on. And if you have a go for reading and they tell you that your loved ones are stuck and that they can assist them, or they tell you that your loved ones are stuck between two planes, or your loved ones aren't with the family members and such like things, I would be very highly questionable about them statements, because each and every loved one is exactly where it needs to be in the spirit world, and it is in the spirit world, not on the earth world, not sitting on a roadside, not, in somebody's house, nothing to that effect. So with the greatest of respect, it doesn't need rescuing. All right. So I'll leave this one here. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know how this one resonates for you. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all next weekend. Bye for now.